identifying. That is the products. So what type of the products we have the applied? So what is the products? This meeting is- what is the product is the going on? So what is the products we have the upload? Whether the ebooks of that copies or any archives is the what is type of now documents is the going on or that is the publications is the going on. The product whether the documents or thesis or digital innovations. So what type of the themes is the going on? You can identifying worth. So worth is the main important of that work of that scenario to creating the digital product of the information. So what is the main thing is the what type of the quality of the documents we are the uploading in this portal and also maintaining. So all the databases we are the uploading all the documents we are the uploading in a server. Maintenance is the main thing. So each of the files aggregately to uploading in the portal easiest of that way to understanding the content. For example, you are the dumping the all the folders in one box only. So at the time the people will be searching of that information at the time the data it will be not retrieving because all the data what type of the fields you have the given what type of the file name is what is that you have the given that file name is not there how it will be showing it will be not reflected in the data. So because the repository is the whose data is there accurately we are asking some year of that qualitative of that publication 2023 June month of the publications information you are asking. So you are adapted the June 2023 number you have allocated or June allocated or year allocated. So accurately the constructive of that methodology, what type of that main methodology you have the following each of that file, the systematic of that manner it will be required. It will be there at the time easily retrieving the data. So that is the called as a maintenance is the most important and overtime. So overtime is also is the main key role in the digital world. So in the adapting of the time since the because this plan is there in this academic year in this month we have the within the 3 months we have the finishing the entire the document. This is the required. So uh, this is the I am the teaching the digital libraries, madam. So this is the digital library unit number 12 only. So myself, Dr. Mallikarjuna, and all the people in the elective of that people, they are the joined. So digital library, they are the charting in the window box. So I'm telling the digital libraries, this is the elective of that paper of that MLIC program. This is the main, okay. And also digital preservations, there are the collections is the two categories. This is the two categories of the digital preservation. So what is the main preservation is the born digital library material. So digital libraries basically two types. That is born of the digital library, born of the digital material. Born means so at the starting level, the entire content it will be comes to the digital content of that material only. For example, the PDF is there, the file is there, image file is there. The starting level to starting level, it will be same scenario. So the digital, for example, ebook is there. The starting level also in the front page to top two page, the bottom page, all the book it will be conversion or converted to the email ebook only. So this in this area there is no requirement of these things. Is the first page to last page, it will be same thing. It will be is reflected. So in the page number 194 page. So page number 194 this unit it will be digital preservation. You are asking the chat box. So basically you can concentrate of the subject. Digital preservation is the unit number 12. Page number is the 193. That unit is the started. So this is the main of that unit of the last unit of the digital preservation in the digital libraries. And may second one is the digitalized material. So digitalized born of the digital material means in the starting level in the ebook in the first page to last page, it will be birth and brought up comes to directly in the e-content of that format. So that is the called as a ebook. That is the example. And a digitized material, for example, Mokshakonda Visvesvaraya, there they wrote the letters in his in his life history of the two entirely in the life cycle of that what is the plannings is the going on. Nannaya Tikkanera Pragada wrote the Talapratra Granthas is there. That is the only Talapatra there. At the time in the ancient days, there is no pen and paper in the slate also. At that time, how did it wrote? In the Talapratra Granthas, in the leaves only there, they mentioned in his hand scripts. So that type of that material scanning in the digital Digital cameras, you are the scanning that information and uploading in the server, in the uploading the digital library in our library. So that is the called as a digitized content of that material. This too is the reflected major areas of the different domains of the applications. These two areas, the digital preservation by birth of the digital content of that material, that is one aspect, and the digitization of that content of that material. Just like as the manuscript, Jawaharlal Nehru wrote in from the jail and in the before of the independence, he wrote the letters. Mahatma Gandhi wrote the letters. That letters can be digitizing and scanning, and digitizing means and the scanning and uploading it will be converted to the digital content of that format and the PDF or GIF format. It will be uploading in your portal or institutional your archives. Institutional archives means so in your institutional database, it will be sharing. It will be open domain to providing to all the people. Easiest of that way to understanding the information to the concerning what is the preservation is the going on. So what is the preservation is the need and required for this current generation of the period. So what is that need mainly in the focusing of that area? User perspective. So user perspective of that point of view in the generation is there. We are there in the generation. So we are the know what is the going on, what is the technology is going. In the future generations, Nannaya Tikka Nerapragan, they are the wrote the Ramayana, Mahabharata, and Valmiki Ramayana, they are the mentioned wrote. So how it will be the movies is came. So what is the literature is there that it will be converted to the book. That is the entirely those who are the wrote the anscripts. It will be comes to the stories of that books and audio videos and movies is came. So that is the required of the future generations. What is your culture? What is that main motto to providing user preservation's purpose? That is the user perspective. In the current, for example, America's there the telling. So we are the oldest of the, we are the top of the people. In the culture ways, in the world ways, India is the toppest of the number one country. How it will be reflected? That is the culture it will be reflected. This is the how it will be reflected. So books it will be reflected, stories it will be reflected, each and everything it will be reflected to the usage of that information going on the stories. Same thing in the future perspective of the purpose in the this is the generation digital era. So in the digital era in the future, our generation this type of that culture is the going on. So in the previously our in my college of the days, the parents wrote the letters, postal card, inland letter. They are writing the letters to my. I am staying in the hostel. At the time, I wrote the letters to my parents. I am safe. I am good. I am good. So such type of that communication letters came where feel very proud. My father is wrote the letter. My mother is the wrote the letter. That is the history and culture of the user information. Nowadays, the technology is the gone up. So what is that user? What type of the user expectations is there? On that basis of that method, today is the digital content, digital era. So in this perspective, all the documents were kept in the digital content of the parameter. That is the main thing. Institutional second one is the institutional repository. So first user, what type of the need they are asking, that type of that information they are the providing. That is the first contemporary. Second thing one is the institutional repository. For example, IIT Bombay, IIT Madras is there. So my IIT Madras, how many DST projects is there? So director of the science and technology, DST is called as director of the science and technology. They are the sanctioned the some of the user friendly of that manner. Why the social justification of that project? They are the spend the lakhs of that money, crores of that money. DST, for example, Chennai. In the heavy rains, the Chennai it will be entirely in the water of the city. Why? What is that reason? The drainage of the system is the problem. So the reverse of that problem. So what is the problem? They are the study and analysis on that contemporary of that part. They are the providing the fundings in the government of that organization. They are the providing. So these projects they are the conducted. This is the problem of the scenario. This is the going on. The type of that information they are the uploading to providing that information in the national level of the user community. That is one thing. Institutional repository. That means our institution, our IIT Madras, they are the conducted this much of the projects in this academic year. DST, the science and technology people, this much 30 crores of that, 300 crores of the projects where they got it in the different domains of that applications, and we are the top of that institution in the citations in the world QS ranking, world rankings. They are deciding what is that company name as QAS, quality. That is the quality out of the institutional rankings. They are the providing this information. India and the world was top of the rank. How it will be reflected. This is ourself, our integrity to tell to the people what is that main motto, what is today's the generation, what is the going on. Institutional repository. For example, our child is there, they are the going to the joining one of that engineering college, joining to the higher education. That institution is good or not, how it will be identifying, how it will be sustainable, how to identifying that institutional information through only in the databases only. The people will be searching the database, that mean institutional website, what is the institutional capability, how many faculties are good or not, how many regular faculty is there, admitting faculties is there, what is the new opportunities is came, how many placements is going on. So such type of that all the information, where is it where is available, that is that institutional repository, that institutional web portal, it will be reflected. So institutional repositories is the helping to grow up and public to aware of that this type of the technology is the going on, this type of that applications is the going on, that type of that information to delivering to the awareness of the people in the world wise, in the India wise. That is the main thing. And the mission and that is the missions of the present institutions. So, for example, the DST, Director of the Science and Technology, is there. There, the what is that main mission to sanction the budgets to the public domain. So, what is the going on? That is the institutional level, the missions and the plannings. This is our visionary. This type of that information where the spending, this type of that going on, that our visionary they are the telling brief of that information. And also preserving the uh, endogenous endogenous culture. So indigenous of the culture, preserving the indigenous culture is, for example, what is the called Chennai people, that is what is that Jallikattu. So Jallikattu is the traditional game in the Sankranti festival. In the Pongal festival, they are the following the Jallikattu. And majorly in the Tamil Nadu, they are the fighter and taken to the permission to the government of that India and the Ministry of that culture. Jallikattu is the our tradition, our culture. So that type of the culture integration. So Pongal is the culture integration. For example, in this month, Ashadam is the came in our Telangana. So Batukama festival is the started. That is the Telangana of that culture, integration of that culture. That is the main thing. So the preserving the culture. What is the culture in the Batukama, the flower festival? So to pray the god of Durga, Gauramma. So that is our culture, our tradition. How it will be reflected to the preserving videos and lectures to delivering to informing to the concerning the people only. So that is this is the culture is the going on. This is the festival. This is the flower festival. This is the respect of Gauri Devi. So that type of the traditions, the culture, it will be reflected how it will begin. This type of the preserving of that methods. So in the last year, this type of the process is the going on. This is the main motto. So in this preservation, there are a lot of challenges is came. So what is the challenges? So every time any aspect, any project they're doing, some of the lot of the challenges is the going on. So here also, majorly, what is the main challenge is the constant attention. So attention is the most important because so we have done the digital preservation of the project to constant attention. So this is the project I am the taken this one. This is the within the 3 months or 6 months I have the completed whether the digital document or born of the digital documents, everything it will be provided to the concerning the user community. It will be easiest of that way to understanding what is the culture, what is the main motto, that type of that what are that information for institutional reparity. So that means in the preservation. So my organization it will be preserving what type of the data they are the providing only for the academic contemporary of that information. I am the preserving of that my data in my databases, that is myself only. And remaining some of the institutions, for example, government of Telangana is there. So in the Ministry of the Culture, what type of the information they are the sustainable, they are the telling the Batukama festival is our culture and respect to the people, that type of. This type of that contemporaries there that going on, constant at that attention. This project it will be completed. I will do. This type of that methods is the most important. Physical determination. So physical patudala. So this is my challenge. I am doing this work within the stipulated of that period. This project is the challenging. I have the taken that type of the determination. That type of that spirit will be most important in the digital preservation. And also um, digital obsolescence. So digital obsolescence means majorly the challenges. So you were the doing the project of that work. Some of the challenges, technical occurs is the came. So this video, this document, it will be uploaded or not. There is a reliable or not. We can find out. Then only we will take the decision. That type of the challenge is the most important phenomena here. And also form of the material. So form of that material means in the digital format of that materials. Form of that materials, what type of that materials, different type of that form of that materials is there. That is the PDF or JPEG format or whatever it may be. That is the reliable of that information where the providing or not. That is the selecting of that material, standard quality of that material, informative of that material, where the dumping of that all the material, that is not a useful of these things. Standard speculation of that information we are the uploading, that is the useful to the other user community. And storage of that media. So in the storage of that media means what type of that information you have the storing, qualitative of that information storing in the media. For example, I am the favorite of the Chiranjeevi. I am uploading in my portal only in the Chiranjeevi's movies only. I did not to uploading all the foreign movies, nothing. So I am visibility and enjoying the movies only for the Telugu conversion only. So Telugu movie, who is the favorite? I will do them that much of that favorite only. So here also the storage of that media, what a physical description, what type of that material is the required. Where the institution is the academic institution, we can upload the academic content of that information only, not for the other information. So that is the main important of these things. And software dependency. So majorly here the software dependency. So what type of the digital preservation of the software? What type of the D space is there? So D space in the institution repository, ePrints is there. So which is the software they're using? What type of the qualitative of that software? There is the genuine or not, open source or commercial source. What type of that source you have applied? You can choose it. That is the one thing. And standards. So what type of that standards in the digital scanners? For example, I'm the scanning that material, the scanning of that material in the camera not scanning of that properly, the visibility and accuracy is not the clearance. What can you do to preserving the data? So there is no of that clarity. The content is not the reliability. What is that? Nothing else. This is the waste of these things. So in the digital preservation, we have the maintaining some of the standard quality of that information, standards of that instructions we can follow, and the legal of that organization and the licenses. So here legal organizations means ethical information, ethical hacking. That means in the ethics, niti niyamalu. So for example, I am not writing any of my book. So someone is the wrote the one book. So I have the removing on the title. By the author name, I have the mentioned my name. That is the correct. That is not a correct. That is the ethical. This is the offense. That means I am not doing my job. I am inputting on that book my name. This is the correct. That type of the legal is the that is the called as in the tradition of library information copyright of that act. That means copyright without of that author permission. I am uploading the document of that book, the ebook of that copy in my library. So that is the that is the called as a unethical of that values. That means in the copyright of that act, within the author permission, the book is there in the open source of the domain. Then only we can use that book. You are the uploading your institutional repository or digital archives. For example, the fundamental of physics is there, Rajdhani. In the world ways, all the people they are the following that book only. So that name is removing. I have not taken any of the permission of that author. I have the copied of the ebook. I have the uploaded my PDF content and scanning and uploading. that is unethical. So I did not do such type of there is a big librarian. I am the providing the qualitative and ethical values of that information. So legal aspects is the most important phenomena here. And here this the digital preservation strategies is there. So in the digital preservation, what type of the strategies of the methods they are the following? What is that main thing? The strategies is the most important. So what is that mainly here? The focusing axing of that risks mainly. So axing of that risk once we have the started the problem. So in the preservation, digital technical accuracies came. We have the facing the challenges correctly to analyzing. That is the main important. Evaluating the digital content of that material. Evaluating that means so all the e content of that material is there. Evaluating that means whether that is the physics or chemistry, each of that is reliable or not. Evaluating that means identifying this information is the reliable or not. That is the main thing. And the determining. So determining means in the dedication of that work. We have the done the digital library of the preservation of that work as the challenging of the institutional library. I am the maintaining as the librarian, as the technical of the people to determination. This work I am the doing. I am the professionalism I am doing. That is the main thing. And providing the access to the content. So basically, the institutional repository where the preserving all the material, I am the storing in my copy. It will be entirely data. It will be available in the computer. So what is that main motto? What is that main thing of the library? So main libraries. What is that main motto? To providing the information only. That is the main thing. To discharge the information. How it will be discharging the information? To give the free access of that people only. Then only that is the utilization. We have the lakhs of the books is there, lakhs of the journals is there, but we did not to give to the privilegation to access. What can I use? Entirely the digital preservation, the data it will be saving the copy in our desk only, not for the open domain. It will be there in the open domain to providing to the free access to the, all the people. Then only it will be utilization and better way to correct up providing the qualitative of that information. That is the main motto of that digital preservation of that ethics is the main important. And also technology of preservation, what is that main important here in the preservation? Mainly is the technology preservation. So technology preservation is the main important. So here the every document it will be reflected what are that, for example, in the digital preservation website is there in my institutional repository. So your institutional repository or that is the Indira Gandhi Digital Preservation Archives is there. Once we have the login, clear cutly they did not uploading all the files. It will be dumped in the one area. It will be out it will be reflected. Nothing else. They did not to identifying technology. What type of the technology is the required? Internet bandwidth is the required. So qualitative of that is the allocation of the subject wise of that classifying of that material. So classifying of that material means according to the what type of the methodology we are the following, whether the DDC or what type of the qualification you have the follow. That is the main thing. That is one thing. That is the major technology. What type of the technology we have the adapted. That is the most key role of this point in this preservation. And also data migration. Data migration is also one of the challenging of that issue. So data migration, for example, in our library, in the action list is there. So are some e-books is there. So e-books it will be converted to the digital preserving of that method. Data migration. So one platform to another platform, it will be transferred to the data. For example, I am uploading all the files in the PDF format, and the e-books is the PDF format is there. So in the I am going to the conversion to the institutional repository. At that time, I have uploaded all the files. It will be converted to the institutional repository. That is the main thing. The migration means one place to another place, the data it will be transmission is the required. So without of the transmission, the data it will be stored at the one place. It is not a correct. In the digital preservation, the data migration, one place to another place, it will be changing easiest of that way to circulation of that book. Just a simple example in this scenario, for example, we have the WhatsApp, one of the good messages came. We have the forward to the n number of that people. So what is that migration? One place to another place to sharing the information. That type of that information, that type of that privilegations is the required in the institutional repository or in the institutional representation, institutional preservations. So and also some refreshing. So the content is the refreshing. Everything is the day to day. What is the latest technology is the going on? What is the latest? So around in the 1970 onwards, I am the teaching this lesson. I am the teaching delivering the dictating the paper. That type of that. I'm the 1975 onwards. I am telling only in the teaching. I am reading the newspaper. You can wrote down. I can dictate it. You can wrote down. That is the gone around in the 1970 days only. Nowadays, today is the presentation is the going on in the PPTs mode only, in the virtual version only going on. So this, the data is also refreshing. So what is the new trends is the going on? What is the technology is the going on? New adoptions is the going on, that a new educational policy is there came, that type of the new information is adapted in your portal. N number of that people they are the watching regularly in your database and seeing the data and accessing of that information. That is also replication. So replication means in the duplication of that work. One book is there in the ebook, again you have uploaded in the 3 or 4 times. So the people will be searching at the time, it will be showing 4 at a time. So which is the correct or not? That is the one thing of the problem. And also the same file it will be stored in our database in the 4 times. The space is the unnecessary of the data storing. So it is the duplication of that work is there. So again we have the boring. Why? The same thing is there in the database, no changes. Why should you to go to log in the database? So such a type of the contemporary in the negativeness it will be comes to the user community. So as the information officer, as the information, as the librarian, as the librarian, they are the providing qualitative of that without of that replication of the data is there. That type of the transmission of the data is there. Easiest of that way to understanding the digital preservation, easiest of that way, that type of that manner. That is the main most important of this thing. And metadata preservation. So what is that metadata? Data to data, metadata. Same thing, the data it will be transmitted one step to another step, one step to another step. That is the called as a metadata for preservation. So that means in the mark standard format. So what is the stands for? First author, first title, author, edition, year of the publication. So illustrations, a number of the authors of that information. So entirely structure of that body of that material. What is the standards body of that material? The title page to author and end of that all the that type of the description, metadata description it will be there. Once you can click it on that work, what are the book information is there required in the system, you can click in that automatically that information it will be reflected immediately. That is the main step in this preservation. So authority and digital information. So authenticity. So authenticity means you are the submitting the data in your website correct or not. For example, Telugu newspapers is there, all the newspapers is there. For example, Velugu, Nava Telangana, A Telangana, E Telangana, Kakarkai Telangana. So such type of the 10 number of the people is there. They are the publishing the daily Goda Patrika and etc. So which is the, for example, all the people, so which paper they are the following? What is the standard of the paper? They are the following the standard structure in order paper. Why? Irrespective of the politics and all these things. I am commented and qualitative of that information as the librarian, qualitative of that information, what type of that material comes to the reaching to the community, accurate information, authentication of that information, gazette of that information. That is so which is the information is the, for example, Google is there, all the people I am posting one of that information, you are the posting one of that information. So which is the good information on that authentication? The government of that gazette is the good authentication. The textbook information, the textbook, academic textbook is the good authentication of the information. So as a librarian, we did not to explore and uploading the data, qualitative of the authentication of that authority of that information. For example, Telugu Academy book is there. Telugu Academy book is a standard publication. That is the intermediate plus two level of that book. That is the authenticated. In the though in the VGS guide and X guide, Narayana Chaitanya, course material is there. They are the teaching very excellent. This is the extraordinary. They are the solving the problem. That type of that material you have uploaded, there is not a authenticate. Who is that authenticate? As the government of that body, searching authentication of that body, government board of that council, it will be approved the intermediate of the syllabus, this unit to this unit, this unit to this unit. That type of the structures are framing as a constant of that authority. These exams it will becomes this much of that syllabus. Authenticity is the only Telugu Academy of intermediate book only. Narayana, not Narayana Chaitanya. This is the live example. Authentication means what is the qualitative of that information is there, then only we can uploading in this area. So what is the standards in the preservation? What type of the standards is the required? So that is the main of the problem here also. Interoperability in the standards. So what is the standards? ISO standards, International Standard Organization standards. Even though in the American people also they are the browsing, at that time it will be clicking on that, the data it will be showing on that case. So this is the concept. This is the information. That type of the ISO 2709 or Z.3950. This is the standard structures of that format. That means accurate page structure, information, description, everything it will be as the library professional of that manner. It will be international standards. It will be reflected. That is the one thing. And also reserve the encoding of the standards, resources encoding in the standards. So resource encoding in the standards. So that means same thing. So what type of the material with the GIF format is the following? A GIF image is in the JPEG format, GIF format. Bulk of the files is there. It will be compressing and uploading in the small file, GIF format, HTTP format, TIFF format. There are the different types of the formats is there. Each of the format, each of the standard structure of that supporting of the data is the required. Your system is the Windows, so not only the new configuration, it will be around in the Windows of the 8 is there, Windows 90 is there. It will be supported the latest PDF that versions files, so it will be open. Nothing did not to open. So some that is the Acrobat Reader again we are uploading. We can upload, we can download in the content. So such type of the problems is the coming. So in this contemporary resources is the mainly standard structures is the most important. Resource identification standards. So what are the resource identification standards? Different URLs, universal resources locator. So standard formation means universal resource locator means, for example, government of India, www.government.gov.in. Gov it will be referred to the government organization. So our academic institution bvrit.ac.in. So that is the academic information only. So this type of that universal resource locator is there. It will be reflected to the standard accurating of the information there are the providing. That is the main role of this standard. And also resource description standards. So resource description standards. So basically, so what is that main motto? Resource liquor. It is the audible, please, all of you. నా మాటలు వినిపిస్తున్నాయండి?
Yes, sir.
ఎవరో వినిపించట్లేదని మెసేజ్ పెట్టారు.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
ఆడిబుల్ ఓకే? Yeah.
Sir.
Yeah. So here, so this type of that standard structures is the main important. So this standard structures is there, then only the that is the called as a resource description standards. Resource description standards means AACR2 cataloging rule number 2 is there. Anglo-American cataloging rule. Title and statement of that responsibility. First statement. So title and statement of that responsibility means that book is there in the title. So title, what is that? The fundamentals of that physics. Title, statement of that responsibility. This title, it will be reflected. What is that main motto? It will be the title, it will be reflected to the subject name only. So title and statement of the responsibility, the ACR2 rules is the 8 rules is there. Title and statement of that responsibility, that is the first rule. This type of that entirely the descriptions it will be reflected, then only the information is accurately reflected through the user friendly of that manner. That is the main thing. Data archiving standards. So data archiving standards means storing of the data. Archiving means భద్రపరచుకోవడం. Standards. Archiving means in the old ones, the previous ones. How it will be storing the data archivings. That is the most important. So in this conception, HBR is there, Harvard Business Review magazine. It will be started to publishing in the worldwide American magazine, in the management magazine. It will be publishing in the 1927 onwards. Till in the 2024, they are the publishing regularly. So in the early before of the COVID, the 2019 up to, they are the publishing in the monthly magazine. So after the COVID, the publication it will be changing bi-monthly only. So in this archives in the HBR online web portal, you will go to see the server. The server it will be reflected in the 1927, the January month issue to till 2024 June month issue is also the soft copies is available. In case we are going to searching year wise, it will be reflected, and month wise you can reflect it. So how it will be going on? This is the data transmission archiving standard structures. That means the standard. So HBR they are the given, year wise they are the given, month wise they are the given. So whenever the user it will be touching to updating, asking that information, so automatically it will be it will be easiest of
Speak
that way is
voice,
to
sir.
understand. Hello.
No voice of yours.
So I'm speaking hard loudly. It's okay. It's fine. Okay. Right now. Hello.
It's clear, sir.
Why is the people will be asking? Yeah. So that is the one thing. And record management standards. So record management standards means some of the important of the record of standard structures. So what is that main principles? How it will be uploading, recording the ISO standard. So ISO 2709 or 2309. Some of the standards 5489. This is the only in the unique number of standard structures of that formats. They are the uploading. So this type of the standards is there, then only the data, whenever the people will be asking, immediately it will be retrieving the data. That is the main thing. So ISO, so ISO OAIS. So the ISO is the called as a Open Archives Information System. OAIS means Open Archives Information System. That is the called as a reference model. So in this model, whenever the product you have the uploading, so in this product in uploading in the open archives, it will be information system. It will be storing and retrieving the management of that information directly to the user community. That is the main thing. Here the information model. So information model means whether the management model or engineering application model, what type of that model of that information that people will be asking, that type of that information it will be retrieving the information. That is the main thing. So information is the accurating we are the uploading and given the correct command of the standard structure of that format, then only the information it will be exactly it will be delivered. So in this area, some of the functionals is there modally. So what is the main youngest? So youngest is the ingest. So ingest is the majorly to depends upon the and incorporating the submitting the accurate of that information. So here here mainly ingest of that qualitative of that information we have the uploaded, that right information it will be retrieving the information whenever the user will be asking. That is one thing. And second one is the archival storage. So archival storage means so your database is the server it will be main providing the storage capacity. That is the main thing. For example, you have the lot of the files is there, so in a lot of the storage capacity is the very low bandwidth of the 4 terabyte is there. Your database is the 8 terabyte is the required. But you are the supporting to the 4 terabytes. 4 terabytes is the up to it will be possible to providing the academic information of that last 10 years or 20 years of the data, nothing else. So 8 terabyte or 20 terabyte data, it will be provided to the backup of the device of the storage. That is the main important. For example, in the Facebook or Twitter, Instagram, so all the people there, the LinkedIn. So this is all are the social media network. All the people, for example, in the Twitter, in the nowadays the Twitter is the called X. X, a number of the people they are uploading, clipping and storing and uploading the files and etc. So each of the people, how many in the world ways, all the people there, the accounts is the open and uploading the images. In case you are the searching that image in, immediately it will be retrieving the information in the world ways. How it will be going on? What is the procedure? What is that parameter? That is the standard structure of that formats of that ISO, international standard deviation of that structure of that rules. They are the following. So at that time, the information, the archiving of that information, whenever, so today we are the searching the information, what is that heroine, Kalki cinema, who is that heroine of that movie. So the number of the people in the worldwide searching. So in the Prabhas, who is that hero, they are the searching, how it will be reflected in one. Once you will go to see in the Twitter, so n number of the postings are coming in the social media in the Kalki movie. So such type of that information, so how it will be reflected, what is that, what is the main archiving of the storage. Storage is the main retrieving of the data to providing the qualitative of that information. And the next one is the majorly each and everything, it will be integrated. So interconnectivity of that each of the data here, each of that information, interconnectivity. So here the data management. So data management is majorly to focusing what type of the data we are uploading, what type of the data management, what type of the data is the required concerning the user community. So then only we can providing. That is the main thing. So administrative. So in the administration majorly, so what are the your institutional repositories there? IIT Madras, IIT Bombay, or your private of that organization, for example, in the Vasav Engineering College or BVRIT Engineering College. What type of that qualitative of that information they are the uploading? You are the can monitoring what is the going on, what is the user community asking, what is the question and answers asking. So you are the giving to the chat box of the window box. We are providing the qualitative of that information, correct or not, then only that type of that information is the major important. And also preserving in the planning. So in the preservation is the planning. So each of the documentation, each of the worth, how it will be planning. So what is the preservation of the planning, structure of the table, so easily to find out this is the planning, this is the first level, this is the second level, this academic year, this planning, this project is the going on. That type of that information, planning is the major key role of that aspect here. And also access. So majorly what type of that main role to the library? So access, everybody to providing the information to the access. Then only that is the useful of the utilization of that library. There is no access. What can you do? What is the purpose? There is unless there is no library. So the access of that facility. That means n number of the people they can use the library. That is the institutional repository can be accessible. Then only that is the more satisfaction and utilization. You are uploading the crores of the money were the spending the archives, but you did not give to the public domain. What can I use? Nothing else. It will be zero. So that is the common services. So for example, not only for the our institutional library is there, not only I'm the providing the academic information, all the cooking books also available, dancing books also available, stories also available, novel frictions, each and everything. So just like as a boring out cooking books also I am arranging in my library. In case any one of the people how to make chicken biryani. So the recipe is how it will be reflected. So what is the masalas? So that is also food contemporary. So that is that type of the literature. They are the studying some of the people. We are the providing that type of that information also. Everything is the information. Everything is valuable. So user community not only for the academic environment, all the aspects of that information you are the provided. Then only that is the quality of the good library. For example, today the TCS is every year they are the recruiting to the librarians, the graduate librarians or some of the librarians. So why? What is that reason? So software people they know all the libraries. Why? You can go to see any one of the TCS library. What type of the books are kept on that? Cooking books, funny books, jokes books, story books, regional languages of the books. That means some of the times some people will be sleeping also. That is a relaxation of the people. That means the stress it will be avoiding. So the stress it will be avoiding, then only the people will be reading the content. So that type of that privilegation the library will be providing, then only that is the acceptable. So what is the purpose of that main motto to the library? To providing the knowledge to the society. So knowledge means the people will be coming not only to sleeping of that type of that relaxation means the mindset, peace of mind. They are arranging all the cooking, entertainment, fun, each and everything. All the books are kept it in the that library. So not for the software programming, freshman software programming, how to write the software programming. So the ninth edition is there, fifth edition is there. That type of that books is not there in the TCS software library. They are arranging this type of the. That means, so why I am the telling that example? Information is the required to the all contemporary of the users. My aspect, I am my ambiguity. I am the reading of that materials, reading of the newspaper. Not only for the remaining, the rest of the people are. This is only one of the parameters. I am the leading daily in the 10 to 14 14 papers of the headlines and what is the going on. I am reading and the social media also. I am the monitoring regularly in Twitter and Facebook. What is the going on? So LinkedIn also I am the login. What is the going on trends and technologies? So that is my ambiguity. In the not only for the youngster how it will be going on. They are the creating the reels, picturizations, uploading that type of that is mindset is the quite difference. So in this contemporary, as the information officers, we are the providing the digital archives means entertainment also is the one of the key role. So in this access, that means we are the providing the free access to the all the user community. That is the main important in this scenario. And also, mm, uh, what is the preservation perspectives? So preservation perspectives means what is that main preservation or purpose? అంటే మనం డాక్యుమెంట్స్ మనం దాచేదానికి ఏం తీసుకుంటాం? వాట్ టైప్ ఆఫ్ దట్ మెజర్స్ we have the taken in this contemporary refreshment? We have already studied and againly it will be repeated. So refreshment means that's why I'm the telling the refreshment of the quality, refreshment of that material, new material, new innovations, new information where the providing, then only the people will be accessible. Daily where they're going, what is that book of the software engineering or higher engineering mathematics, commerce or accounting, that books are there. What is no. Today, women era is there, that women's contemporary, women fashionate, what type of that lipsticks is going on, what type of that fashion is the going on. That is the trends of that fashion is that going on. We can appreciate, we are providing that information. Women era, it will be reflected. Bike magazine is there, so we can buy the magazine. So what is the new trends? What type of the technology where the adapted in the bikes? The why the bikes is the cost of the 8 lakhs and the 10 lakhs of the Suzuki bikes. What is that reason? What is that contemporary is the going on? It will be auto car is there. What is the basic advantages of the cars? In the luxurious cars, what is that? Different domains of that applications it will be reflected. Why? What is that? Refreshment of that information is there. Then only the people will be attractively nutrients is the what going on. So in the women's is coming library, what type of the material that so women empowerment, what is the going on? Women facilities is so what is the new trends? So such type of that materials we have the provided easiest of that way, irrespective of that gender of that manner, all the people can come to attractive in our library. This is the good reading habits inculcating to providing, even though all the people they are the telling today the people will be reading habits is the downfall. Till now today every day my library around in the 400 to 500 touched to the visiting of the library. Regularly 100 to 150 members they are the sitting in the library and reading and working and coding the program and each and everything is a continuously going on. Why? What is the reason? That type of that facilities were the providing to the user community. What type of that information are required? So whenever the user is there, whenever you will go, you will follow our network. That means that strategy as the library. What type of that information you can require, then only I will come to you, I will share to you. So in the previous days is the gone. Where is the cost accountancy? So go there in the last track and we'll check it and get it that book, nothing else. The cost token under the strategy of the statement you copy is required. You can give me that, people will be giving to that type of that questions to us today current generation. Then only we can provide such type of that qualitative of that information. Then only you can sustainable as the good librarian, as the good economic role model in the institutional. The institutional will be used to the good respect to the user community. That is, so why I'm telling this to all the refreshment. That means what is the refreshment means, this type of that quality research and academic all type of the new academic new informations where the providing, then only the user community it will be comes to our library. And also replication, I have already told you, replication to avoiding in the library, there is no duplication, exactly uploading qualitative of that information only. And that is the main thing. That is also that is the main thing. And also translations. So translations is also is the common phenomena. And also mainly confirmations, what type of that you have uploaded in your data, whether the correct or not, then only you can find out. And also premises metadata implementation of the strategies. So metadata means the quality of that information. Why, for example, we are the searching in the Twitter. So once we have the searching to the Deepika Padukone, immediately it will be reflected to Deepika Padukone profile and information. Why? What is that reason? How it will be going on? That is the standard structurage of that metadata. So that is the Bollywood name frictions. So accurately in the world wise, all the people whom to search, whom to her, so how did it be that type of that eye authentication of that hyper test of that content of that manner. So reliable of that information who is searching, that exactly aggressive to information they are the providing. That synthesis is the required mainly to the standard data structures of that format. Premises data directory. So that is the called as a premises data. Data directory means whenever you will go to see the directory, that is the index. So what is the data is there in our library, institutional repository? Just go through the home page. So what is the dictionaries is there? What is the ebooks is there? Once ebooks, you can click it on that computer science, biomedical, pharmaceutical engineer, chemical engineering, civil engineering, mechanical engineering, all the types of that books it will be reflected. That type of that standard data structure, data directory. So that is the e-books, journals. The journals is the two categories: print journals, e-journals. Print journals, what type of that? Print journals, what is the publication of the periodicity? Monthly, bi-monthly, quarterly. This type of the structures it will be reflected through this mode only. That is one contemporary. So mainly the identifiers means basically objective identifying fires. So basically in this area, evaluation of the estimation of that costing. So this is mainly focusing digital preservation initiatives in India. So basically this is okay, fine. There is no alternative. Digital preservations in India. So which date is which time they are the India taken to the digital preservation in our India. So Namami is the National Mission of Manuscripts. So Namami, our institutional repository Namami. So first Namami is the called as a నేషనల్ మిషన్ ఆఫ్ మ్యాన్స్క్రిప్ట్స్. మ్యాన్స్క్రిప్ట్స్ అంటే చేతి రాతలు అండి. చేతి రాతల్లో లైవ్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ నన్నయ్య, తిక్కన, ఎర్రప్రగడ, మొల్ల, సో వేదవ్యాస, దే ఆర్ ద రోడ్ దట్ ఆల్ ద హ్యాండ్ స్క్రిప్ట్స్. ఆ హ్యాండ్ స్క్రిప్ట్స్ అన్నిటిని కూడా ఎంటైర్లీ దట్ ఆల్ ద హ్యాండ్ స్క్రిప్ట్ ఇట్ విల్ బి డిజిటైజ్డ్ అండ్ కన్వర్టింగ్ to the year wise, period wise, the Ramayana, Mahabharata, each of these things, they are the rishis, name of the rishis, name of the personalities. It will be uploading in the portal. In this name is called as a national missionary, the national mission for manuscripts. Namami is reflected. So sometimes in the examination also the national archives of that Namami, what type of that role it will be reflected. So hand scripts of that literature digitizing the database. In this area, we have to go to see this portal, the digital archives. It will be clicking on that name wise, it will be there. Once you have the clicking on that name, so automatically the what are that name, what are the in his name is there. What type of that articles he will wrote. That articles means in the Talaprata Granthas they are the writing in the hand scripts. The hand script, digitized hand scripts, it will be continuously just the flip mode, just like as a page to turn to the page to page, page to page. It will be open. That type of that portal in India initiatives they are the taken. Hand scripts. This is the first stage level they are the taken, and also some of the database digital libraries in India they are the taken to the action. And also the next one is the digital preservation initiatives, Indira Gandhi National Archives of India. So this is the Delhi is there here. There the only the people will be providing preservation initiatives in Indira Gandhi National Center for Arts. So this is the all the structures of what is the going on India level. All the information they are the uploading in the server. It will be retrieving the digital archives of that information in this area. So here the union cataloging, it will be cataloging wise all the data it will be reflected. So what type of the data it will be reflected? Basically manuscripts. So Talaprata Granthas and all these things, whenever the what are the manuscript is there, all the manuscripts it will be reflected here. And the arts objective. So arts objectives means the paintings. So for example, Leono, what is that today? What world famous? So hand script is there. Hand script after that, that is the painting of the arts. That is also digitized to uploading in our portals. That is one contemporary. So this is all are it will be reflected directly in this contemporary. Sound recording, for example, sounds is there. So for example, in the kokilas, some kokila voice of the people, just like as a penguin festival, they are the conducted every year in the Sriharkota near Andhra Pradesh. Sriharkota launching center is there, na. So in the Sriharkota, one Chelakasaras, uh, one lake is there on that area. In the world wise, all the birds are coming. So this month of monsoon, August monsoon, in the world wise, the Australia, Canada, America, all the festivals they are the coming in the up to 1 month they are the staying. After the this season, August is the over, then only the birds will be leaving. So that is the called as every year. The government of AP they are the conducting the flamingo festival. I saw around in that 1997 I saw the filming festival. So at the time, all the worldwide, all the birds are coming. The trend today till it will be continuously to going on. So in this area, so all the birds are coming. What is the main motto to the birds coming? Seasonal. So whenever the season is the required to the bird living of the life, it comes to the world-wise, the world-wise, all the continents, it will becomes to there in the AP, there the coming. What is the sound system? So atmosphere, that is the quite nature. We did not to comparing of any of these things. So in this contemporary sound recording, at the time, the some of that love birds people, the scientists, they are the coming and recording the sound systems. Namely, so that is the called as a peacock. So peacock sound system. So what is that rainy of the time? What is the going on? That type of the images where the uploading in the portal, it will be reflected more impressive and attractive. That is, it will be reflected a respect of our culture and attitude. That is one contemporary. And also um, Kalakosa term database. So Kalakosa term database is also one of the database. It will be reflected to the information to understanding the projects. The new projects is the what is the going on. The project status and structures. It will be reflected. And the culture information laboratory and the culture CAL. CAL is the culture information. One of the main laboratory. That means what is the culture? Just now we are discussing culture. That is the Telangana culture, Batkama. So that is one thing. And also Tamil Nadu, Jallikattu. So in the festival in the January. So the type of the all the festivals, the culture of integrity, and also Onam, the culture of that festival of that Kerala, the type of that integrity of that culture information laboratory, it will be recording and uploading in the portal. So what is that culture of that Kerala? How did it be? Onam is the good culture of that Kerala. Telangana is the culture of Badkamma or Dasara. This is the two festivals. In the Andhra, it will be only in the Sankranti. That is the big festival. So that type of the traditions is the culture integration and also digital preservation initiatives in the National Archives in India. Digital Preservation Festival, National Archives of that India. For example, Rare Book Society of India is there. Rare Books of Society of India. Here, National Digital Archives will go to see the web portal Rare Books of the Society of that India. That means in the rare books in the world ways, no one the books is not available. Some little bit of one or two books are there only. The type of the ancient of the days. The type of that books it will be digitized in the uploading in the digital archives of that India. Entirely rare book. For example, Mahatma Gandhi wrote the some of the letters to the Indira Gandhi. Nehru wrote the letters in the jail to his daughter. So such type of that all the materials it will be uploading in the portal. There is a rare book of the society. That means in the National Institute of Archives it will be uploading that enter the data. That is one thing. And also traditional knowledge digital library. So traditional knowledge of the digital library, the traditional what type of the traditional, what is the going on. So what is the traditional of Telangana? What is the culture, the different domain of the cultures? The cultures is the reflected in the one thing traditionals. For example, CSIR is there, the Center for Science and Information Research, Scientific Information and Research. So what type of that Aish is there? So what type of the information they are the sharing? That type of that information is also reflected here. That is one thing. And National Digital Preservation Program, NDPP, National Digital Preservation of the Program. So this is the one of the programming. What type of that information is there? That information they are uploading in the portals and updating the information. So this is the main standards and the structures of the digital preservation. In the old ways, in the digital preservation, old ways, different countries they are the taken the some of the good initiatives. So what type of the initiatives they are the taken? So basically, the America they are the taken the one of the initiative to providing the accessing of the network documentary resources in the Australia. So Australia, they are the taken the Pandora. So Pandora is the one of the networking archives. They are the taken to the initiative to supporting to the digital archives in the Australia. So this is the one of the name of that area. So and also Internet archives. What is the Internet archives? They are the given the URL. Once you go to the see the URL, what type of the archives, what type of the information is there, it will be easily to identify that type of that information on that country in the Australia. That is also million books of the project. So that is the million books of the project, the Universal Digital Library. So this is the only one of the million project of the books, the digital content of the books in the world ways. So in India, what type of the digital books are there? That entire the description it will be reflected on that area. So I'm the telling the brief just like as the overview only, not only to take to the brief of that content, it will be takes to the much more of the time. So just what is that archives I have, digital archives I have the given the brief of that clarity. Remaining the digital initiatives in the other countries, I am going to the very shortest of that way. Just I'm the touching to overview. So what is the going on? What is the scenario? So open content alliance. So open content of that alliance is also one of the contribution of the digital archives. It will be providing the information. What is the going on? What is the digital parameters? What type of the databases they are uploading? That information is reflected here. And also logs. That is the lots of copies of keep stuff safe. This is one of the project of the scenario. So a log system is the unknown of that library. So what if the type of the data it will be going on? What is the preservations of that method? They are the following. So what is the digital initiatives in the libraries? They are the taken to the digital initiatives and the supporting to the information, interactive of that information, briefly to exploring in this data content of that parameter. So this is all are the major contemporaries it will be going on. So archives is the common phenomena to anywhere, creating the creative the common licenses. So in the digital libraries, majorly common licenses is the common. So any the digital library initiatives you have the taken, first you have the taken to the permission, digital institution repository, no need to asking any one of the people. So in the national level, we have the creating the digital initiatives. They have the taken to the permission to the science and technology of the people or Minister of the Information or Broadcasting. So then only they are given to the permission. This is the main features. Digital archives, what is the going on? Digital resources, digital signatures. So these are the digital sustainability, file sharing. So this is all a common phenomenon, digital signature. So whenever my signature is there, the scanning of the signature and uploading, that is the type of that. For example, in the Mahatma Gandhi signature. So the old ways is the familiar. So that is the digital signatures. That is the called as. So this type of the digital archiving. So the digital archiving means each of the document we are uploading, that is the called as a digital archives. So this is the main scenario here. Long-term policies, minor, mirror, and etc. This is the overview of this lesson. This is the over. Okay. Majorly in this conception, majorly this lesson is the only to overview what is the digital preservation, what is the trends is the going on, what is the problems is the going on, what is the challenges is the going on. This is the mainly to focusing on the examination of that point of view. You can focusing on that. That is the mainly. That's it enough only. So next class we will discuss to the remaining of the 2 units, 2 lessons is there. Then only we can finishing the next class. Okay. So next class we will discuss. So next lesson is called as a digital libraries, digital legal ethics and social issues. So the today social issues means, so what type of that for legal ethicals? Legal means in the copyright of the violence of the tax. Ethical means so the correct or not. This is the doing. This is the right or wrong. So such type of that parameters is the going on in this lesson, and the social issues. So in the digital issue, digital archives, where the uploading the data is the one of the problem in case in the challenges of the social issues. So some social problems is also reflected. What is the going on? So to know the type of the issues also we are the discussing in the next class. Okay, thank you. Any doubts, please? Okay, this class is over right now. So we'll discuss to the next class in the next week of the class. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Right, madam. All of you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Okay,
sir.
thank you. Thank you, sir, all of you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, madam. Welcome, madam.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, madam, all of you.